Welcome to the Great British Crochet Off, where every single week I crochet something inspired by that week's episode of the Great British Bake Off. Like this, or this, or these, or even this. Did you guys know this has been a purse the whole time? And today we are covering this week's episode, Pastry Week. As always, while I will not be discussing who left and who got Star Baker, I will be discussing specific challenges. So if you're watching along, which you should be because it's the greatest show on television, you can hit this little bookmark down here and save this until after you've watched this week's episode of the Great British Bake Off. As I said, this is Pastry Week, so let's chat about those challenges. First, they had to make a dozen Frangipan tarts, and that is like a tart with a layer of Frangipan, which is like an almond, like kind of cakey kind of pastry filling layer, and then usually involves a fruit component. Because of Bake Off, I was introduced to Bakewell tarts, and I discovered a deep, passionate love of Bakewell tarts. I've made them a couple of times, and after watching this week's episode, I will be making one soon, very soon. Next, they had to make Spanakopita, which involved making their own phyllo. Now, I've made Spanakopita myself a couple of times, but I've never made my own phyllo dough because I don't hate myself like that. I like, if you know, if they're making Spanakopita on Bake Off, they have to make their own phyllo pastry, but it still feels like extra punishment. And then for the showstopper, they had to make a Parry Breast, which is a ring of shoes pastry. It's supposed to be kind of like a bike tire filled with usually like a praline cream situation, though obviously they were able to flavor it in whatever way that they wanted. I think it had to include one kind of cream custard based filling, and then they also had to make their own stand for it, which once again feels like an extra layer of just like, whoa, that's a lot of work. And when I say make their own stand, that stand had to be an edible stand that could freestand, so like made out of chocolate or biscuit or like caramel, that could freestand and hold up their Parry Breast. And once again, I don't have my cake stand because it has an actual cake in it. So this week I was inspired by the Parry Breast. So for me, it became a cute little Christmas wreath. Honestly, as soon as I saw the Parry Breast challenge, I could have just turned the channel off because I knew immediately, oh, I have to make a wreath. And actually, it's this way up because you have your little gingerbread to the side. So I made this little kind of Candyland sugar plum themed Christmas wreath. This is going to be for my girls on their door during the holiday season. So you have a gingerbread man, you have lots of different little candies, you have some macarons, you have these little swirls of cream, you have cream spilling out of the side. I was kind of thinking like strawberry cream themed, little hearts everywhere, and if you look closely, I seed beaded sprinkles all over it, so it kind of has a little sparkle and glimmer to it. And I even used a darker yarn for the bottom because no soggy bottoms, not even in shea yarn, not even when you're crocheting will we have a soggy bottom here. So I still need to attach a little hanger on the back. I'm just gonna do like a piece of ribbon that I'm gonna thread through the weave of the yarn. And then yeah, in a couple of weeks when I start decorating for Christmas, we're gonna hang this on the girls' door, and I am immensely proud of this one. This, especially the little gingerbread man, the little candies, like you're kidding me. Thank you. I thought this was handshake worthy too. It's gonna take me a minute to recover from that, but if you want all the details for how I made this, you can check out this week's The Great British Crochet Off technical version, which will be coming out in a few days. And then a lot of these little things like the macaroons and the gingerbread man and the candies, I am gonna be releasing as part of a series that I'm gonna be doing called 12 Days of Crocheted Ornaments, where for 12 days straight, I teach you guys how to make a crocheted ornament every single day to make your tree homemade and beautiful and completely individual and unique to you. So I hope you enjoyed my take on the Parry Breast this week, and I will see you guys next week for Fall Week.